Yes, sir, was popping. Welcome to the Titans Colosseum Podcast. You know who I am. You know who I'm in the building with, fellas. What's popping?
What's going on? What's going on, man? There's a lot another eventful day of Tennessee Titan football. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, man, bro, as this week is becoming a headache, bro. There's so much going on, bro. I'll tell you this. We've been doing this for 3 years now, right? I don't think I've talked to so many sources as I have this past week in our entire 3 years on this podcast, bro. Every day we're finding out something. Somebody's contacting us, let us know something. Bro, it's not looking better. I want to be able to come on here and give y'all some hope and some faith about things, but man, it don't look like it's coming anytime soon.
Yeah, man, we're gonna get to it. But shout out to everybody out there watching tonight. Well, watching this afternoon. My
Yeah, it's afternoon. It used to be
yeah, man,
pretty
this
long.
Yeah,
afternoon, man.
we was in a
Y'all
rhythm.
stay
That's what
safe
it
out there
was.
too. For sure. Y'all stay safe out there too, man. Don't get out unless you got to get out. But shout out to Julie watching today. Shout out to Cole Raven watching. Shout out to DDC in the building. We got CJ with us today. We got Dylan here with us, Nancy, and day one Corey D. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the third. Now ain't a good time, but hey, you can give them a call. Holler at Wilson, man. Go to the website, musiccityAutoplex.com, and check out their inventory. And once all this snow and stuff clears up, go down there to the lot and purchase you some. Make yourself feel happy, man, because best believe if you are trying to look for the Titans to make you happy, they aren't going to make you happy. Get those bets in for the games tomorrow as well. And throughout this weekend, Bet US where the games begin. 10% gamblers insurance, 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. You know what to do. Scan that QR code, lock those bets in. Fellas, not gonna lie. I'm still messed up about all of this. I mean, it's going to take a very long time for not only me, but the fan base as a whole to get over this mess. And for me, it ain't even just so much about Rand. It's the simple fact that this organization is showing its insanity. It keeps on doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. And I'm just fed up with it. I don't have any faith in anything they do. I don't have any faith in anything that they say. And I'm gonna start it off with you, Firestone. Where do we go from here, man? How are you feeling?
Honestly, bro, and I'm not, bro, all year I've been called a hater and I've been called negative. But some people come back and say, damn, you was right. You weren't being negative. You was kind of being truthful about it. And I want you to have that thought what I'm about to say. All right. The only way we got to go from here is down. We're not at the bottom. I know it feels like we're at the bottom. We're not at the bottom. This is rebuild time, and if we're going to rebuild, we're going to have to fully rebuild. And Miss Amy's decision with how she handled this Ran Carthon situation, and then how she handled Vrabel's situation, you're going to have to dump a lot of talent on this roster. You're going to have to trade a bunch of people. Go back, look over stats, go look over highlights over the past few years, point out your favorite Tennessee Titan for the past couple of years, and come to realization that they're probably gone this year, that they might not be in a Tennessee Titans uniform next year. So I just think we got to go down. We're going to tear this team completely apart before we can rebuild it up. Whether that means Brinker will be here next year with us or not, but this to me, we got to go down. We got to tear everything. We got to demo, do damage control, and then next year we can officially start what the rebuild is. But this year we got to tear everything down and try to mend some relationships that we have torn apart these past couple of years.
For sure. RJ, talk to him.
Yeah, I'm somewhat in the with the boat with Firestone. And I ain't even just with the roster, man. They need to clean out their front office. Like I'm done with Chad Brown. I don't believe in Chad Brinker. He's a snake. And on top of that, we starting to find out that he was actually the GM. It wasn't Ran Carthon. Ran Carthon was the I got something. Let me go up to Chad Brinker and talk to him before I do anything. Like, no, bro. That's a puppet, bro. That's a freaking puppet. Yeah, I don't think anybody that know anything about football is gonna want to be GM here if they got Chad Brinker running. Yeah, they got Chad Brinker running around here, man, and actually being the GM while you're just there. And I'm good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, it's the front office that shit with me, bro. I'm not. Look, they probably gonna tear down this roster and train a couple guys and get rid of some people, but man, there ain't nothing gonna change about this franchise until this front office get cleaned out, bro. It starts up top, bro. And it's the same thing. I mean, as a Vols fan, I had to go through this too. Like it was the stuff that messed up top that made us sorry for that many years, man. And it's starting to happen with Tennessee, the Titans, man. And I'm seeing it going down the same direction. We're never gonna be back good if we don't fix the top. We need a new owner. We need a new GM. We need a new president of football or the operations. We need a new head coach. We need new scouts. We need new everything, bro. It's garbage, man. We need to go ahead and just clean out everything. It ain't just the players. It's the people up top.
And I
Now
want
you
to
saw
add
they got
this
rid
to
of.
it. I
Go
wanted
ahead.
to add this real quick, Firestone, and I'm gonna toss it to you. Yeah, I feel bad for not only my fellow fans, but the players and coaches as well, because to me, the coaches are probably the most honest people in the building right now, especially Callahan, because you know Callahan always keeps it real. I mean, he kept it real with Will Levis um, after the game this past Sunday. He told the man, look, we're going to look for a quarterback. It is what it is. So, I mean, I feel bad for them. And I don't expect Callahan to be back after next season. Hell, they just might let his ass
He
go
getting
in the
fired
middle of
too.
the season. Yeah, I mean, Chad Brinker didn't want this guy.
Yeah, I'm not sure Callie is still stuck
And
this
that's
year
what I'm
either. I
saying.
know I know that they said like, Callie's to come, but they've said those things before, and a few months later, people have been fired. I think he still said he ain't even met with Amy yet. That's alarming to me. But you saw like four people's already got fired in the front office area, so they're starting to clean out that area. Still more to do. Go do that. But I wanted to ask y'all and chat because like you see, like you pointed out, they're trying to act like Rand was just a puppet GM, but they like to all the good things that was Brinker, all the bad thing that was Rand and Rand being lazy and this and that. So like I'm not buying into this story that they're trying to sell us on Rand. I'm really, really not. Because nowhere before have we ever heard this stuff before. And even the seasons as him as the Titans, there was no alarm of anything like this. It's all been great, hard worker, love him. But all of a sudden, this stuff comes out now. So are y'all buying this bullshit that they're trying to sell about Rand and Brinker?
Nah, I don't have any faith
Nah,
or
not at
trust
all.
in
No.
anything that they got going on. I mean, like I said earlier this week, man. I mean, they're gonna have to win a lot of football games to win this fan base back over.
Yeah, I agree with this. Look, at the same time, man. I don't even think wins gonna solve this, bro. It would just at this point, man. Like we just so messed up top that it's gonna trickle down to the to the football field, man. We gotta fix what's up top, bro. And the problem right now is Amy, and there's no way we can fix this problem because she's the freaking owner. You know what I'm saying? Like the owner is bad. Like we need a better owner, and there's no way we can fix the ownership unless her family comes in and says, "Hey, you need to step down." If I was Brian Callahan right now. If I was him, and I would do what I can to just step down. Just step down. Don't be the Titans coach next year because you're gonna go out there, you're gonna put a bad product on the field, and you're gonna get fired. And then you're gonna screw up your own head coaching career, your head coaching chances because you had two back-to-back trash seasons. There's no reason for him to go out here and be our head coach. You're getting fired, bro. If we don't go to the playoffs next year, we're getting fired. We need a miracle for this coach to not get fired. It's ridiculous. So at this point in time, just step down. It's too big, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let somebody else take this fall.
Bro, because
I
in
want to
fact,
go
'cause
ahead.
at this point too, in Brian's situation, I just think you're in a lose-lose situation because even if you read the statement of why they fired Rand, it ain't they said Rand did a bad job. Like, yeah, they tried to go and do with the PK article and put out some things and some subtle things to make it seem like he wasn't doing his job and he was lazy. But the main thing that stood out to that statement to me was the GM position has changed since we've hired Rand. The job title changed in 2 years? 2 years it changed. So how are you not going to say
Mm-mm.
next year, well, the coaching qualifications and job has changed since we hired Cali? See, I have no faith in this in this team to have any stability. Even if we do get something as a QB1 or a good coach and a good GM that knows what they're doing, I still believe this franchise will figure out a way to fuck it up and fire them or let them go in some manner.
And that's exactly what I was about to say in response to Buddha. Shout out to Buddha, man. Y'all make sure y'all go turn Buddha up when he's streaming too, man. Best mutt content out there on Facebook, man. And he gonna chop it up with you about the Titans. But Buddha says they let Breaker hijack the team, and we finna blow an opportunity to get a QB1 so they can all get fired, and we back in this situation next year. Yeah, and that's been one of my thoughts this week, Buddha. Man, I seriously been sitting up here thinking about what do we do with this first overall draft pick. That's if they don't take it, because I mean, if y'all been following things, y'all know that NFL is pissed at the Titans right now, and they could be in trouble for breaking Rooney rules. But anyway, the whole thing about the first overall draft pick, man, my opinions has really changed on that. Like Firestone said, I don't have any faith in them keeping a coach around long enough to develop a quarterback. Therefore, I don't see any reason they should waste a pick on a quarterback. Just go get the best damn player in the draft, and it appears to be Abdul Carter. Now, if you want to say Travis Hunter, that's cool too. Either way, don't even touch these quarterbacks, because Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders, I mean, for them to be able to develop and turn into elite caliber quarterbacks or good quarterbacks in this league, they're going to have to be up under the right coaching staff, and they can't be in an unstable situation.
Right. Because and I know
Nah, I
probably
somewhat
RJ
do
don't
agree
agree
with
with this.
that.
You do? Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, because I know like you've been posting
Yeah, I
this week
somewhat
too,
agree
like,
with
let's go
what
get
Bronco's saying.
QB. Yeah. So, and that's what I've been trying to evaluate too now too. And I said this a couple weeks ago too. Is like, are we only picking a QB because we need the QB, or because the QBs actually can be a future franchise guy? Because I'm not sure that they can be. And there's other talent out here that is damn sure game changer talent to put on the field. And like I said, this is a rebuild. So yes, we need a QB. Doesn't mean it has to be this year. Doesn't even have to mean it has to be next year. This is going to be a long rebuild thing, because you got to mend relationships for getting free agents here. So you're going to have to build in the draft for a while, and you're about to have a lot of players asked to leave. So you are going to have a lot. You think we got a lot of holes to fix now? Wait till we can start trading players and you start figuring out who wants out of this team and ask for trades. And you really start seeing how many holes we're about to have. So the best thing I would think is trade back, use this number one pick, trade back to 3 or 4, maybe to that Giants slot to let them get ahead of Cleveland. That'd be nice too. Get multiple first, get some multiple other picks later, so we can start building this team, because you damn sure ain't about to attract nobody in free agency. You damn sure is not about to do that.
Yeah, I don't know if Dion let Shedeur or Travis come here now. RJ, didn't you post something yesterday where Shedeur Sanders, well, not Shedeur, but Dion Sanders
Yeah,
was doing an
Shador
interview?
himself is So I posted 2 videos. So one video I posted, well, it was me telling y'all that I watched Shador Sanders last podcast with his older brother. Basically saying like, yeah, man, I'm cool with going to Nashville. Now, there's nothing wrong with Nashville. He said, the price of living is cheaper. There's no income tax, blah blah. And he's cool with Nashville basically. And you gotta think about it, y'all. Like, you feel there's no, we're not the, I don't, our situation's terrible. But so was everybody else in the top fives. Everybody got a terrible situation. The Browns are terrible. The freaking Raiders, they're all going through what we're going through. Just don't make it seem like we're just the only franchise doing this. Like they're all going what we're going through. So Shador pretty much just accepted that he's gonna go to a bad situation. So he knows coming in that, what I'm saying, he what's the type of situation he's gonna go to. I will say this though. I somewhat do agree with Morocco that the top two players, in my opinion, are Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter in the draft. I just don't think us as the Titans are in a good position to take the best player available. You only do that. Only team right now that's in the top five that can do that is the New England Patriots. And I think Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter goes there anyways. They already got their quarterback. They just wasn't a good football team. They missing all the holes. Like in my opinion, like you gotta go quarterback and see what you get. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have a quarterback, there's no direction, there's no stability with this team, and this team is just gonna be hard to watch. It's gonna be hard for us to watch with Derek Carr at quarterback, and there's no young quarterback to, what I'm saying, behind them. The ticket sales gonna go. There really ain't gonna be nobody at the stadium. You get what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to go young quarterback, in my opinion.
But for
But
me,
I
it's
ain't
like
say
this is a long term rebuild. Like this is going to take a long time. Like it's already a long rebuild. Getting the wrong quarterback makes it even longer. And yeah, you don't have an identity without one. All you said, all that stuff is true. But remember, the Bears reached with Mitchell Trubisky because they needed a quarterback, and they passed on so many other skill player positions that they could have got. And we say all the time, you can't have a young QB and have him success unless you have tools around him to help build him up and set him up for success. So, yeah, we need a QB, but okay, cool. We're going to go get QB. Still need fix O line. We still need wide receiver weapons, still need a defensive line, still need linebackers, still need DBs, still need all these other things. And this QB might not be the future guy. So we might miss on somebody that actually could be a defensive staple or offensive staple for this team when we might fall in love with the guy we want next year as a QB or in 2027 as a QB, even if it's not
I
Arch,
don't
but
think
it's
the
just
quarterbacks next year are better.
I don't think so either. And that's why I said, like, I really think this is a long time. We can't really reach. I just think this is a time where you do go best available at this time because you do need so many holes. Go try to get as many draft picks as you can. Try to fill as many holes as you possibly can until the QB you actually believes can be the guy here stands out to you and is like, yes, this is the guy for us. Because I don't think if we reach and we're going to be 5 years stuck on this QB, where this rebuild could be 3 years, we get the wrong QB. This rebuild is now 8 years because we got his 5 year. Then we got to get a new rookie in. Got to give him some time to develop. So I don't know, but you're right. Like there's so many things to do. What do you do here? Like they're in such a horrible situation. It's going to be worse
Uh,
once free agency starts and they can start trading players too.
yeah, y'all better
I'll
be
say this
be
though, Firestone,
prepared for
for
Derek Carr, man.
yeah, I think we're gonna get Derek Carr, but I think we are gonna draft the quarterback. So I'll say this though, Firestone, with your Bears analogy, the Bears chose the wrong quarterback. They picked Mitchell Trubisky over Deshaun Watson and Mahomes, bro. Like that's just them being retarded. Like they didn't
Well,
do their homework on quarter. Bears they ain't never had no good QB. Yeah,
yeah,
and
the only thing
then
they
in this
messed up on
draft,
was
bro, they
Patrick
picked
because
Caleb Williams. Oh yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
I think the Deshaun Watson could have been, but I think Deshaun Watson to me was the best quarterback in the class. And I know what Mahomes is doing now, but what I'm saying, like from that day one, you know what I'm saying? Because Mahomes needed Andy Reid to get to the level that he's at. But I'm saying with they're just gonna come in right out the box and ball out. But Deshaun Watson, I mean, you watched that national championship game he had against Bama. You should have known he was the best quarterback. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it this year. I don't look at physical attributes. I don't give a damn about that. Like physical attributes make you draft people like Drew Aller yesterday that looked absolutely horrible, but he could throw the ball at 100 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? But physical attributes make you draft people like Will Levis. You know what I'm saying? No, you watch a quarterback play and see if he can operate at a high level. So when he comes to your team, he becomes you know what you're getting. And I think I know what I'm getting with Shador and Cam Ward because they played 5 years of football as a starter and you know what you're getting. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think that either one of them you could just go and they're not gonna come here and just be absolutely terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be good. Yeah, they could probably be average to good in my opinion.
I'm just afraid that
At least
we'll get
average.
it this year. Then we don't have talent around him. We don't have a defense. We still ain't figured out the O line. maybe ain't got a wide receiver core because as of right now, all we got is Ridley. Everybody else is out the door. You know what I'm saying? So we got to go get somebody else. So we ain't got nothing for him. So cool, we got the QB. But then what happens when he's back there getting hit and hammered all the time? Nobody has the ball. He's sitting here trying to do all stuff. Then he gets hurt and then it hurts things. So like there's trying to find that balance. Like, yes, we need a QB, but how do you make sure the QB is set up for success as well? Because you can go draft the right guy and the guy that has all this the chance of success, but if you can't protect him and actually set him up for success, you can start hurting this player by injuries or even just by his mental and motivation of his self with his early years on in the NFL. So it's like, where's the right balance in this situation? Because they put themselves really in a horrible situation. We was like, hey, we just need a QB. Now we need a whole new fucking team. We need every position but running back. And
I like
I
what
I
Cam
disagree.
called Amy too. Amy Adams drunk. Yeah, that's exactly
I
what she is
disagree,
right now.
Firestone.
She's drunk.
I disagree, Firestone. Just for the simple fact is we're in the same spot that the Washington football team was in last year, bro. Because they swore up and down that they didn't have shit. They didn't have this, that, and the other. And what was the receiver they got? He didn't have a good season, this, that, and the other. And they defense was giving up all these points. But as soon as they got Jaden Daniels, everything changed, bro. You get what I'm saying? I'm not
we're
saying that
not.
they're these two quarterbacks are Jaden Daniels, but I'm saying that if all it takes is a quarterback to get people to buy in. But the problem is nobody in the Titans is buying into what's going on because Will Levis was just absolutely terrible. It's hard. Would you buy into Will Levis
But
if he was a quarterback? No.
bro, it's bigger than that now, though. That was just the case a few months ago before they fired Rand. We're not in the same situation as the Commanders were last year. The only same situation we have with them and us is that we both need a QB. They cleared house last year. GM, QB, coach. They went and got all three last year, all new, all on the same page. They wasn't doing this dysfunctional stuff. They didn't lose the fan base. They didn't lose the locker room because of the moves and the actions that they're making in the front office. Like it looks like, oh yeah, we got this now. But I'm telling you, bro, a lot of players are about to leave that we was not expecting to leave because they are pissed off right now. They do not. Y'all think Tyreek Hill is pissed off? There's a bunch of Titans players in this locker room that make Tyreek Hill look like a nice guy and look like he's content where he's at, bro. They have
I agree with
fucked up
that.
a lot of shit. So we're not the same as the Commanders outside of we need a QB because a lot of these players you think you're going to be able to build around are going to request trades and free agency and are getting the fuck out of Dodge. And nobody wants to be here. A lot of people wanted to go to Commanders. Everybody was excited about what they were putting together. Nobody's excited about what we're putting here. We're not the same.
I mean, there's just no stability. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, the league has been looking at us over the
Yeah, I don't
last
know.
10 years, hire and fire coaches and GMs, and now we're continuing to do the same thing. So, regardless of who they bring in for this GM search, any reputable
Look,
GM or executive, they're not taking this job. They're just here really for shits and
see,
giggles.
See, Firestone, read what Los Incredible just said, bro. Dude literally lives in DC. They was a dying franchise, bro. Before Jaden Daniels come, they got one draft pick, bro, one quarterback, and it made them go from a 4-win football team that was on the verge of yeah, we need to blow this up, we're done, this, that, and the other. The Commanders ain't never gonna be good, and they got Jaden Daniels, now they're winning. You get what I'm saying?
That
It's
was the
all it takes.
Snyder
You
days.
can't
That
name
that
me
was
another.
go ahead.
But my thing is on Firestone. Name another without Googling, without going on Google right now. Name another draft pick out of that draft class that made impact that season.
Bro, it wasn't just the draft class. It was the fact that the franchise, no, because it's not like, yes, a player can help things, but in this situation, it's not the player. Like everybody sees, oh, Jalen Daniel made a difference. No, it's not. It's the moves that the franchise made in total. And one of those moves was Jaden Daniels. Another move was their head coach they hired. The other move was the general manager. The other move was letting the fan base know where
I
they
do
were
agree with
going
that. They
and
did.
moving. So
Yeah.
They had a
it
lot of
wasn't
pieces going into this thing.
so it wasn't just the picks. It was just the fact that everything that they was doing looked like it was competent. Once Snyder sold the team and you got Magic and them all taking over and starting to do stuff, the fan base started to realize, okay, yeah, we're not good, but at least this ownership's actually trying to get to shit right, and they have faith in them. And once they started putting this stuff together, they're like, okay, we see your vision. We can see this. And then Jaden started playing the way he played, and then players was sitting here during the season like, hey, I don't mind getting traded to the Commanders. Like, bro, it's not just a player. It takes the whole franchise showing you that they're competent and they have a vision and they know how to successfully accomplish that vision. And the Titans haven't shown to do that. Commanders showed to do that to their fan base last year.
And
Now
I'll say
I
this.
will
Go
say.
ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Marco. Go ahead, Marco. You ain't talk.
Nah, I was just going to say. I mean, look at everything that went on with the Commanders. I mean, sure enough, Jaden Daniels comes in, changes things at the quarterback position. But then too, you have to look. Terry McLaurin was over there before Jaden Daniels came in, and what did everybody say about Terry the whole time he was up over there in Washington? He just needs a quarterback. He just needs a quarterback. Dan Quinn. I mean, here's the coach. He's been to a Super Bowl before, and you know, anywhere he goes, he's going to bring a defense with him. The GM, I can't speak on their GM much, but I mean, just by looking
I
at
do like
things,
Adam Peters.
the GM. I mean, it appears he done a damn good job because I mean, his team is going to the playoffs, and that's just my point about all of this. Washington had a lot of pieces in place. They had the pieces in place to make this kind of turnaround. The Titans, we don't. Khaled going to be a second-year head coach. He's still trying to figure himself out as a play caller. And then we got a bunch of backstabbing motherfuckers in the front office or whatever. And what other playmaker do we have on this team? I mean, we don't have any real playmakers on this team. So it's going to take a while for us to bounce back. And I'm not looking for this magical, oh, we got our quarterback now, we're going to make this big. I'm not looking for any of this shit. It's probably going to take about 5 years before we even get back to a point of contention.
Like I said, I'm gonna record this conversation, man. When we draft a quarterback and we start
wrong.
winning, I'm gonna come back to this, bro. Because I told
I
y'all,
hope
it just
like
really
that.
just take a QB.
Bro, I said this.
Just take a QB, bro. Because if they didn't have Jaden Daniels, they would not be winning like they winning, bro. We all know that.
I hope like
We
me
all
I'm
know
wrong
that.
because I still love this
You can
football
play
team,
the
but right
coach.
now
You
I
can
don't
tell me
trust
the
them.
GM.
I don't trust
All of them look
anything they're
good
saying
because
or
they
doing.
drafted Daniels.
Bro,
Huh?
I told y'all this in the middle of the season when Will Levis was fucking up. I said we're just a QB away. Y'all told me no, we had too many holes. We have more
I
holes
didn't say
now
that. I
than
knew he was just a QB.
and we have nobody that has any faith. Bro, we have to sit here and really take a mirror at us and stop looking at every other team. We can be like them and we can be we're not. We have to look at the mirror and
Don't do that
realize
to
who
us,
we are. We're talking about Callahan being fired next year as a fan base, and he's a dead man walking. There's nothing this man can do to save his job next year. How do you turn a team around like that and make players buy in free agency and players buy in the locker room when everybody in the media is saying, hey, this coach is fired next year regardless? Bro, those are the things we got to pay attention to when we start trying to compare us to other teams. They don't have all this other stuff. The losing records are not our only comparison. There's a lot of dysfunction, a lot of things going wrong with this franchise that just detours you. Bro, if this was the dating market, the Tennessee Titans would be nothing but red flags for everybody to see and be like, don't touch that motherfucker. Stay away from it. Do not date that motherfucker over there. Stay far away. That's who we are now. Everything else can kind of look like other chicks in the dating market or other dudes in the dating market. But at the end of the
Man,
day, you're walking with all these big ass red flags that don't nobody want to participate with.
I'm finna make y'all laugh, but hey, you talking about the day market, man. Right now we ugly. We just gotta get that. We gotta get that BBL, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Coming from a Drake fan, I knew it. No.
that wouldn't even help the Titans. Hell.
Bro,
That's
it
funny,
don't
but
matter. You can
hey,
do all that cosmetics. You've seen them girls that got all that stuff
I'm,
look good,
I'm
but when you start talking to them, get their attitude, you're like, oh, the you is not that pretty. That is not. That's still gonna be
I
the
just don't.
Titans. We got to fix this inside.
I just look, man. My thing is, I don't think there's that many holes that y'all just swear to God that we have. I just don't.
Yeah, it
And
is.
when everybody is healthy now, when we have our full roster, I ain't talking about when we played the Texans when we were clearly benching people. I'm talking about when we have our roster. You know what I'm saying? Our day one roster. It was not that many holes in this roster for us. I don't know if I agree with you on that one, bro. When we want to play, when we know we can win some stuff, bro. We get a quarterback that's actually worth the freaking damn. We start the season off maybe 4-0. I'm sorry, bro. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
don't know
no,
what
no,
happens after that. We started the
I'm
season
with
off
you.
terrible, bro, because our quarterback.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. That's what I was saying. I was saying in the middle of the season we was a QB away. But now that
Yeah,
they fired
we had
Ran,
the number one defense for 10 weeks,
but
bro.
but but they fired Ran, and that's the thing that is
Yeah,
making the bigger toll here
I didn't like
because
that.
let's just go through this. We need right guard, we need right tackle. We need wide receivers because all we got is Calvin Ridley. Yeah, okay, cool. Traylon Burks, but he's getting gone. So the next dude next to Calvin Ridley is Jaquan Jackson. We need wide receivers. Uh, Landry and Simmons are going to be gone. So you need a whole new defensive line because all we got is Sweat now. And Joseph Day is on a 1 year contract as well. Snead and Uluzier and McQuarrie, okay, we're there at corner, thinking that they're not disgruntled and wanting trades too. We need all linebackers. We need every bit of
yeah, I
linebacker we
agree.
can
We
get.
need our linebackers
And
needed.
I'm pretty sure Amani's going to ask for a trade, and he's going to get out of here as well. So we need safeties as well. We need a lot, bro, because all we basically got is running back, the left side of the low line, and a defensive tackle.
You're gonna need some cornerbacks as well. I saw my guy Shogun bring up in the comments, do we draft corner? Now I don't think we take a chance at a corner that early, but we most definitely may need to be thinking about cornerback, and that may be a first round need in 2026, because I brought this up even in the summer. I mean, what if L'Jarius Sneed gets here and he's beat up, injured, can't go? Same thing with Cheeto Bay. I mean, I had these questions, and unfortunately, I mean, they didn't get to play the whole season. So, I mean, I think we need to continue to build in the trenches. I really do. Continue building up them trenches and make this situation better for a younger quarterback coming in. Right now, your best chance to get up out this hole or to start to see the light of day is to go with a veteran quarterback. Which veteran quarterback we go with, I don't know. I wouldn't be too mad with Justin Fields. I mean, I'm okay with Derek Carr. I'm okay with Kirk Cousins if he by any chance gets out of Atlanta. The only thing I don't want them to do is go and throw a boatload of money at somebody. Please just don't commit long term to anything.
I'm at the point, man. Look, we're at the number one pick, bro. You gotta go quarterback. And in my second round pick, I think we need to trade back and try to get the third rounder. I think the second rounder is what we need to do our trading back at. When you get the number one pick and you need QB, you have to go QB. There's just no instance in any team that needed a quarterback and they got number one pick that didn't go QB. So even if the quarterbacks wasn't amazing, they still went QB. Like we're gonna, I don't think our draft starts in the second round. They already pretty much saying, yeah, we're getting a quarterback number one pick. And then the second round, I think we're gonna try to trade back and get our third round, get our third pick. Because I mean, you gotta get we you look at it, man. We go from pick 35 to like 106. Like that's too many. That's too many picks before. Unless there's just somebody there that like Emeka Ibuka or something that should have been the first round and he's there in the second round. That's the only time you'll be okay with going picking at that number at that second spot. I just don't think we should trade in that first round because if you trade in that first round, you're gonna devalue the player that you're gonna get. And if we are gonna trade back, I think we said on what the last show that we shouldn't trade back no more than three. You know, because you don't want to lose the elite player. I'm sorry. If we're gonna draft in the first round where we're at, we gotta get at least an elite player or somebody that's gonna make a huge impact on this team, and that's quarterbacks And there's Travis Hunter and there's Abdul Carter. That's it. That's the four picks that we should be making in this draft. If we don't make any of those four picks, then I'm not on board with it. So that's where I'm at.
If we do go quarterback, man, they better keep some motherfuckers around here for at least 3 damn years, man, because I'm so serious, y'all. I'm tired of this shit. I'm honestly fed up to here with this shit. Every time they get something new in here, they throw something out. I mean, you're never going to be able to develop a quarterback if you don't have stability on the team. I mean, y'all, and I get where y'all coming from. I truly do. Because a quarterback, if you hit on the quarterback, it's going to hide a lot of the foolishness. But at the same time, you got to understand where everybody else is coming from. This team, this front office, they keep doing the same shit over and over and over again, and it's not working. So why should we expect them to make something work now?
But I'll say this though, there's something that we haven't done, and that's draft number one in the draft and get a quarterback. But we've never done that in the history of the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Oilers franchise. We've never done that. So let's just go ahead and break the cycle. We haven't done it before. We've never picked number one before in a Titan uniform. We've never done it. Last time we got the number one pick, and the Rams went to the Super Bowl. We didn't go to the Super Bowl. The Rams did. So just pick number one and see what we can do with either, you know what I'm saying, either way, whatever the top four that we just said, and we move on, bro. That's where I'm at with it. We've never done it. If we do anything else, we going back in the cycle of mediocrity.
All right, so this is what I gotta say, because everybody's like first overall go get QB, and I was listening to 104.5 this morning too, and they said, do you know the last time a coach that picked a quarterback at number one overall stayed with that QB the next year? Do you remember when the last time that was? Or the only coach in QB that's done that ever? It's the Cincinnati Bengals with Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor. The last number one overall QB pick that has worked out was Joe Burrow. We've had Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, Jameis Winston, Andrew Luck, Cam Newton, Sam Bradford, Jamarcus Russell, Alex Smith, Eli Manning. That's your list of number one overall QBs. How many of those guys worked out? Two? Two of them work out?
Yeah.
So like I get it, but we can't reach because some of these teams is reach for QB. We got QB and we got the number one. We got to go get QB. No, you don't. Sometimes that sets you back further reaching in the draft. And if you're not sold on a QB in this draft, I know it sucks because you need a QB, but we also need other things too, and we can't keep hurting everything else and neglecting other holes for reaching on QBs that we're not even sold on as the guy for the team. And that's just saying if they're not sold on them as the franchise. So I just don't know. We need so much. I don't know if the QB and bringing him in is going to actually be good or if it's going to hurt him more. And it's not projecting and guessing, man. We got very, very reliable source telling us how pissed off players are right now. And they are personally pissed off and done with this team. Everybody is done. And you're going to see about that. Mike Keith ain't the only one going to be walking away neither. That's not just a front office type person either. So more shit's to come, man.
Yeah, I think Mike Keith was rocking regardless. They was talking about.
I do too.
For what I think Ty could have won the Super Bowl. He was going to the Vols. That's his dream.
Yeah,
job,
I mean, this thing been in the making for some years now, from what I understood.
Yeah,
I just think the shit that they're doing definitely made it easier.
It's the timing of everything. I mean, you got this foolishness going on in the front office, and then Mike Keith announced that he's going to be the voice of the Vols. I mean, yeah, that's going to look crazy, but anybody who knows Mike Keith leaving has nothing to do with the foolishness going on. This is him chasing his dream, and salute to him for that as well.
Right, and I don't mean to take anything from Mike Keith because, like I said, it is his dream job. Salute to him, success, and all that. So when I say this, I'm not trying to take anything away from Mike Keith because it's not. But him leading adds to it. And it's not a bad thing. Like go
Oh
do what you're
yeah.
doing. But you leaving because like you've been here so long. Like, bro, you were the last thing of history of Titans of what we could expect this year. You were the only thing we had to know what the Titans
The
going to
only
be
thing
like next year.
consistent.
At least we got Mike Keith salary. We got this. We ain't even got that, bro. What's going on now? So I it him leaving is all hats off to him. I have no problem with it. But now, how do you replace that in the building? What happens to Coach Mack? How do you start doing the official
The-
Titans podcast? How does all these other things
hey,
happen? So we now now they got that stuff to fix there too, and I'm happy for them and all that stuff. But now what? How do you replace that, and what comes of that? You already see how these people are fighting over each other tooth and neck for a GM slot in Miss Amy's ear. What's it going to be like with them trying to get Mike Keith's job now?
Cutthroat.
I'll say this though, they talking about you
Exactly.
in at the comments, Firestone. They said you
Okay,
saying
right.
trading them players. You said we can use them picks.
We'll,
But
we'll, we'll
they
see
said
what
you can
we
use
get
them
when you
picks,
got
Firestone,
it's
man.
it's different trading players when you have a good player that you're trading versus you're trading a player that wants out of here and everybody knows they're not happy with the team. The trade value sinks a lot when that happens. So yes, we're
Sure
going to get
do.
some picks for these players, but they might not be exactly what you thought. If y'all thought that Kevin Byard trade was probably bad, you're
Well,
probably about to think a lot of these other trades are going to be bad as too because these players want out
well,
and
I
they're going
say
to
this
put
though,
their forks on it.
Firestone. I say this
The
though,
only thing
Firestone.
left is
That's
T-Ray.
going on on the Raiders. That's going on the Giants. That's going on the Patriots. That's going on every team that's picking in the top five. So you can't just single us out like, oh, well, you guys got players that want to be traded. Like everybody that's picking early has that though. But I was also gonna say that I think the key for this second round draft of the draft is Jalen Milroe. Somebody's gonna want to trade up for dude, and that's because I mean he's just such a phenomenal athlete, and he's gonna kill it at the combine. If y'all didn't know that, Jalen Milroe's probably gonna have an Anthony Richardson like combine, and it's gonna push him up in that second round. We can use him to get somebody to trade up, just basically like our dumb ass did when we went to trade up for Will Levis, and we could try to somehow get a third round pick. That's all I've been trying to get, man. I'm trying to get a third. We get a third, man. We good, you know.
I don't know, man. We're gonna see. We're gonna see because I
Yeah.
don't have faith in Brinker to actually get good deals done. You don't get good deals done when players want out. I mean, it's the reason why the Jets didn't move Hassan Reddick this year because they didn't get the value they wanted from him because he showed his displeasure and wanted to get out of there. And then they just held on to him. But and for you saying like all these other teams are like us too, bro, the Patriots are not dysfunctional like us. They are bad and not winning right now because they're trying to bounce back after Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and them getting so used to that. But their ownership's not dysfunctional. Jets is a little dysfunctional, bro. It's us Jets and Jaguars right now that are the most dysfunctional teams in the league. We've been sitting here laughing at the Jaguars fans for years, and we're about to be more dysfunctional than them. Like
Well,
it's
I
just not
say
a
this.
good
I
look.
mean, the
Like
Patriots
it's
just
more than
fired
We
their
just
got a
coach
regular
point.
after one
play.
season.
We making the
The
Jaguars look
But
like
Patriots,
the stable
it's the
franchise.
whole team. It's not just the coach. It's just not the players on the field. It's the whole team, front office, ownership, everybody involved. This team is a fucking
oh
joke
yeah,
right
I
now.
like they owner more than all.
At least
Yeah,
he
but I
comes
don't
out
know.
and
They
tells
own
their team what's
it.
going
I do
on.
like Robert Kraft, but hmm, would you say
I
five
said at
something? My
least those
bad. I
owners
couldn't
come
hear
out
you.
and I said at least those owners come out and tell their fan base what's going on. Ours just hides and never explains to us.
Now I agree with that. That's one thing I don't like about Miss Amy. For me, even though you know me, I ain't with Miss Amy no more. Yeah, but you at least gotta come out and tell us what the hell going on, 'cause we don't know what the fuck going on. But I say that though, Robert Kraft definitely living off of Tom Brady's legacy, bro. But I don't
Oh
think that
yeah.
he's just the best owner. You know what I'm saying? But hey, the man got rid of Tom Brady, bro. He got rid of Tom, and Tom went out and win a Super Bowl, bro. Like you can't just say that everybody else did. Everybody else got dumb shit too, though. It ain't just
But
us.
that
Ours just
wasn't
be
dumb.
catastrophic.
But
That was
was
definitely
that
dumb.
really
Why would
dumb or
you don't
that
let
was
Tom Brady walk?
Bro, it's at the end of the year. He plays 2 more seasons. You let him go. Like, I get that. Sometimes, bro, we let Derrick Henry go and we act like that's not done, but they let Tom Brady go when he's 40, what, 2, 43? When they let him 41,
Derrick
when they
Henry
let him
left
go.
on
Like,
his own. It was
I get the
different.
business
but
side
so
of
did
it.
Tom Brady, bro. But like, that's not dysfunctional. Comparing them letting Tom Brady walk to our dysfunctional shit looks so minor, bro. They don't do dysfunctional shit over there. Do they? Every team does bad things and doesn't do everything perfect and right. But not every team is a fucking mess and chaotic and a dysfunction from head down to the performance on the field. And that's us, bro.
I don't think the Patriots
I'm
were
not.
dysfunctional. I just believe that it was time for everybody to move on. Now, you talk about the whole thing of letting Brady walk. I mean, under the business side of it, it's understood. But then you have, the more personal side, the, emotionally attacked side of it, to where Brady is the reason you got these Super Bowls. Brady is the reason that people are talking about the Patriots. And plus, too, we talking about a quarterback versus a running back here in Tennessee. It is much easier to move on from that level of running back than that level of quarterback. I mean, that level of quarterback, had they kept Tom Brady around in New England, who's to say they don't win another Super Bowl? I mean,
I don't
honest
think
to
they're gonna win
God
no
truth.
Super Bowl. They didn't win one before
I
we got
mean,
there.
you can't
Like,
can you really say that they wouldn't have won another Super Bowl, even though it looked bad for Brady when he left? But I mean, we talking about Tom freaking Brady. One off-season
no, I'm
move
talking
could
about.
have
I
changed
said
the
now that
course of
Brady's
that
gone.
team.
I
Go
said now that
ahead.
Brady's gone. I don't think they're winning another one. I don't think they win another
Oh,
one.
no.
That's my.
Right now, I mean, shoot, they rebuilding. They look kind of crazy right now after what they did to Gerard Mayo, but they rebuilding.
But at least their owner can
Nobody
come out
cared
in that
about the New
situation
England Patriots.
and say, but no, at least their owner can come out in that situation and say, hey, that's my fault. I didn't put Mayo in the best situation. I didn't set him up for success. This ain't on Mayo. This is on me. I put him in an unfair position. At least you did that and took blame for how you set a coach up and realized that, like, I didn't do right by you. I didn't do all this. I didn't think things thoroughly. I should have handled this situation better. Your performance isn't on you. It's just because I didn't do what I needed for you to be right and everything. At least you can do that and have some accountability and let the guy know, hey, you didn't fail me, I failed you in this situation where with Robert Kraft.
And let me take this from Los real quick, and then we're gonna change courses a little bit. So Lo, incredible, shout out to you. But you say so Brady the quarterback took the Patriots to glory. Interesting what happens when you have a quarterback. Also, too, you want to know what the Patriots had? The Patriots had stability. How many head coaches did Tom Brady have? I mean, you could even look at the
One.
OCs, even though the OCs, were changing. I mean, if you look at it, shoot, the OCs, they didn't come from all these weird places. I mean, the OCs pretty much stuck to the offense, so there wasn't that much change with Tom Brady. So, I mean, I get where you coming from. A quarterback does change things, most definitely. But you have to put the quarterback in a stable situation in order for that quarterback to develop and succeed in this league. And Tennessee ain't shit stable about this motherfucking franchise. The only thing that's stable about this franchise right now is the snakes are slithering in the front office.
And bro, I don't think Brady goes and wins another Super Bowl if he doesn't go to another team that's like Tampa Bay. That's a warm weather team. Like, bro, he was older in age playing in New England. I don't think he does that there in New England with home games coming through New England and that snow out there. Like, Brady moving also is what helped Brady get that last Super Bowl that he got too. Like, he thought about that strategically and smartly and got his old body that hurts during in the cold into a team that plays out in the summer, and let me try to make sure every playoff game comes through here, and then I'll play the Super Bowl in a dome. So like it wasn't necessarily done for them to let go. Sometimes it's like with the Derrick Henry thing. Sometimes people want to go and move on, and it's just time to move on. Also, if they wouldn't have let Brady go, they wouldn't have Drake May either.
Yeah, I mean
That
that
well,
was a
no, we're
good
not gonna
point.
act like
Go
they
ahead.
didn't draft Mac Jones, bro, before they drafted Drake May. Now we ain't gonna act
Oh,
like they
fact.
quarterback too, bro. So you know what I'm saying.
But I think
So
I think
like I
that
said,
for
man, you
them,
see what they did. They said, okay, Mac Jones ain't it, so let's get another quarterback. Okay, if Drake May ain't it, we're gonna get another quarterback. That's how we gotta move. You gotta move like that. You don't just we just the
They scraping
stability
that
ain't
snow,
there,
Cliff.
man.
that's
Blah blah. Nah,
that's
man, you
also how the
keep drafting
Cleveland Browns
quarterbacks
have
till you
been.
hit.
Bro, that's also how the Cleveland Browns have been using their strategy. It's also how the Jets have been using their strategy. It's also how the Jaguars have been using their strategy. It ain't been working for none of them people. And in that situation, I think the New England only got Mac Jones because they let Brady go and wasn't ready for that shit. Like they really thought Brady was gonna come back and set and tell them, like, hey, I'm ready for this. This is the contract. And Robert Kraft was gonna be like, here, take whatever you want. Then didn't happen. So then they were forced to draft a QB, and when you're forced to draft a QB, you reach and you usually make the bad pick. And then after that, they got Drake May. All right, we're not going to reach this time. We're going to make sure we get a guy that we actually like, no matter where it falls at in the draft, and no matter what the hype is behind people. So I don't know. That's what I want to say. I want to make sure we get it right because if you don't, not drafting a quarterback doesn't set you back as far as drafting the wrong quarterback does to me.
And you gotta try though. You can't just not have a quarterback
True.
though. You try.
Correct.
You saying
Correct.
don't try at all, and I'm like, no, you have to try. I get what you're saying. I get both sides of the spec. I get both sides of the pendulum. He don't work, you set back. You freaking he do work. You're the Washington Commanders. You're the freaking Houston Texans. You know what I'm saying? The Houston Texans did that. They okay. This quarterback don't work. Get another one. Get this quarterback don't work. Get another one. They was in the same position we was in right now. They were saying, I'll never forget, man. I was used to be sitting in their group chats, bro, and they be in there talking about, oh man, we need to keep Mills. We need to keep Mills. We don't need a quarterback. Let's go get the best player in the draft. They were doing the same stuff that we're doing now. They drafted CJ Stroud. Now they're winning. They won the AFC South back-to-back years because they drafted a quarterback.
Man,
And
Houston Texans. I'll get
They,
to them later
but
on,
before
but
y'all tell me that there was playmakers on that team, bro, you didn't know who the hell Nico Collins was. Nobody knew who he was.
I'll get to
He was
them
a
that's
later
not
third
the
round
on,
pick.
man.
same. That's not the same for us
Exactly.
anymore, bro. That's because
Exactly.
NWI is not staying here. NWI is gonna be gone. Like we literally
You
just
don't know
like
that. We don't know
yeah,
that.
bro. NWI has tried to leave the past 2 years and couldn't leave. Then he comes out and puts out his best performance ever as a wide receiver. You don't think each year he was like, "Oh, I'm not enough to leave. Okay, I'll go back here. They'll let me play. Oh, I'm still not enough to leave." Bro, he's been playing to leave the past 2 years. Why would not NWI be playing to leave this year?
He
Yeah,
just
let's go
said that,
ahead
but
and
he literally came out and said, "I'll go ahead."
yeah, man. Let's go ahead and change courses, man, because I mean, before getting a quarterback, we got to get a GM. And this GM has got to stay around. They can't get this GM and fire him after a season or two. So, anyway, the Titans are requesting interviews, and they just done their first interview today with Reggie McKenzie. Bring that list up, Firestone, so people can see it out there. Yeah, so they brought in Reggie McKenzie. They're doing Thomas Dimitrov, and they're doing John Spatek. Saturday, they got Ed Dodds coming in, Matt Berry, Terrence Gray, Catherine Hickman. Sunday, they got Mike Borgazzi and Ian Cunningham. I don't have any faith in any of these people. I mean, got Thomas Dimitrov and McKenzie, which are reputable names, but I don't expect them to come here. The Kansas City guy, I mean, he's been a name that people throwing around that people are high on, but I mean, it just goes back to this organization and its slimy ways. I don't have any faith in anything they're doing. Whoever they hire, man, I mean, like people have been saying, they better just rent an apartment, rent it for 6 months, do month to month. Do not commit long term to Nashville because your job isn't going to be safe at any time.
Nah, bro, I'm not even investing time to actually look into these guys or even studying them because, bro, it doesn't matter at this point how qualified you are, what you're doing, this and that, because there's so many other factors that honestly, I'm not sure any of these guys want to come here. I'm not sure that this just isn't a practice interview for them for the actual interviews they want. And I'm not sure we're actually going to be able to hire anybody. And at the end of this, we're probably just going to have to hire somebody in house because Chad Brinker's already making all the decisions. Why would, if I'm already on a team and I'm basically the head of scout on that team, why would I come to your team just to be the head of scout, but to have a GM title when I can just sit here, continue doing what I'm doing in a place I know I succeed, and then go get a real GM title at some time? Like, I don't see the selling factor of why you would want to come here for this GM job outside of you're somebody in house that wants to get promoted to get your name heard so you can go out and get a real GM job somewhere else. So even if these guys are qualified to be a good GM, I don't see us hiring them because if they're good enough to be a quality GM, they're definitely not coming here because they're going to want to make some picks.
Nah, I mean the
Yeah, I agree
only
with
people that'll
Firestone,
take
man.
this, yeah, the only people that are taking this position is just somebody that's looking to be a real deal GM, somebody who's just looking to build upon their resume, somebody who's rolling the dice on themselves, somebody that's betting on themselves. Those are the people that's going to take this job.
Yeah, I agree with Firestone on that, man. And he just had a point, man. I'm just nervous, bro, that we just about to hire some puppet again, bro. Just so we can look like, you know what I'm saying, that we actually have a GM when the real GM is Chad Brinker. I'm just being 100% real. I think Chad Brinker is the guy that's taking all the picks. He's doing all the GM stuff. There's no there's no real GM, bro. And then right now we are Dorothy with the Wizard of Oz, bro. We done pulled the curtains back and found out that the Wizard of Oz is a old little man sitting in the back on the computer. Making stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? That's where we're at right now, the Tennessee Titans. The curtain has been pulled back. We can see everything.
Bro, you know that the job is bad and crazy and the title and the Titans are fucking up when the NFL has to investigate us for our GM title and everything to make sure we can do that. And that ain't even left out the Rooney Rule they're investigating us on for too if we went around loopholes for that. So we're investigating for that. So already twice this offseason we're going to be investigated by this by the NFL. And I saw Lowe says they would just decline interviews to begin with if that was the case. Not if it's their first go around. Not if it's their first go around and you actually got a job that you actually want. I'm taking test interviews. I will go here and bomb out on an interview with the Tennessee Titans and not even care, but realize, okay, you don't say this, you don't do this. Their teams will be looking for this. So then when you actually get the interview from the team you want, you ace that motherfucker and you actually get the job you want. So yes, some people will turn us down, but people that will turn you down is usually guys that already know that they're more qualified for you and don't need that extra stuff. And some guys are just going to get their name in the coaching circuits to get some other teams amped up and about them to possibly bring them in. Like there's still a business and a strategy to these things of why you would go to a team and interview that you don't want to go work for.
Exactly. And to Pete Sky's point, Albert Breer says the GM will run the draft and free agents. I don't believe that for anything in the world.
Their own
Is that
statement
Peter
said that
Skoronsky, bro?
I do
Is
not
Peter
kind of
believe
look
it.
Skoronsky
like it, huh?
watching our draft? I mean, watching our show, bro?
No, man, you
No,
crazy.
I don't know. I don't know because it said in Brinker's statement that he will have the final say over personnel in the 53-man roster.
Yeah, they're gonna collaborate, and Breaker is going to, ultimately make the
Man,
pick. I mean,
fuck.
that's why I say all of this is foolish, man. I mean, why can't the Titans do things the traditional way? Why are the Titans always the ones that's trying to buck the system?
Bro, I'm just tired of hearing collaboration. I am more tired of hearing collaboration from this front office than I was hearing Vrabel say coaches got to coach better and players got to play better. I am so sick of hearing collaboration because if y'all was supposed to be so collaborative and bringing in people that's happy to work here with each other and making this such a great place to be and work together, why is everybody leaving? Why is everybody leaving if you create an environment that everybody loves coming to work at?
You
I
just
ain't got
have to
no answers
point,
for
man.
you.
I'm with you on that Firestar. I know I left for about 2 seconds, but I pretty much got just what you were saying. What I'm worried about right now is that Chad Brinker and Callahan aren't getting together. They're not getting along. You can just tell he already came out and said that he didn't want him. Why don't we just go ahead and cut the ties with Callahan now, man? So because it's gonna be eventually gonna be a problem in the end, bro. It don't matter who we bring in. Chad Brinker's gonna want Chad Callahan gone, bro. That
I
part
really
is just
agree.
it's
I
just
really
killing
agree
me.
with that. I really agree with
Just like
that,
won't let him
man.
go.
Let Brinker get all of his people in. Let Brinker pick his GM. Let Brinker pick his head coach so that there's no excuses at all. When this shit goes left, it's all on Brinker. It's like that for me right now. Anyway, I told y'all that. I'm not blaming Callie for anything. I'm not blaming his assistants for anything. I'm not blaming the yes man for
Yeah.
anything. I'm blaming everything on Brinker for this point on. Brinker and Amy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
agreed.
Yeah,
And
I'm with Stevie, man. If they don't want me here, I should dip. Just don't get up out of there. Get up out of there.
facts, bro. That has to
Yeah,
be a
get
real
on down. Go
consideration
on
with
back
him.
to the Bengals, man. Somebody will scoop you back up because
And you
now
know what's that
Callie
movie?
has the head coaching experience. So it'll be way easier for him to get a job. And when he gets another job, guess what? The the adjustment that he had to go through here in Tennessee, he's not gonna have to go through much of that anymore because he'll have the experience.
Yeah,
No,
no, look,
that go ahead.
okay, I was gonna say that nah, right now Callahan is in the Get Out movie, bro. He's in the sucking place, bro. He needs to get out, bro. Get out, bro. Please get out, dude. You're just hurting yourself being there, bro. They don't want you here, and you're trying to coach a bad team. Like they looking for any reason to fire you, bro. How do you not see this? You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Bro, fact,
that
fa- facts.
I
Because like
wish we could record
Season on
that.
the brink. Yeah, I like that.
yeah, if I was him, I'd definitely be trying to get out of here. Like definitely, like, hey, Zach will hire me back at bare minimum. The Bengals will bring me back. But the thing that's so hard about that as resigning is that you have to realize that you're not just resigning. You got a bunch of dudes underneath you as coaches that are
That's what's
working that
keeping
they
them around.
families and they came here for you. So if you do that, not only are you abandoning this team and doing what's best for you, but you're kind of abandoning these other guys and maybe not doing what's best for them too. So you got to think about that fully too. But at the same time, how do you look at your coaching staff coming into this next year preparing like motivated? How are any of y'all motivated? And I wonder what coaches are going to be leaving this year because we got a few under that contracts are up too.
Yeah, I mean, you do got a point, man. But let's keep this thing rocking and rolling. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, blah, blah. This, then, and the third. We got some playoff football going on this weekend, man. And I just want to get y'all thoughts about, who's going to win these football games. And also, too, man, do you got any upsets in these games? Because I got one upset that I'm looking at myself, but I'm gonna let Firestone talk about it first.
Oh, upset, man. I
Do you
don't know
need
if
me to
I
give you the
have.
list of? Do you
No,
need
I'm
me to
looking
give
at
you the
them
list
here.
of games?
Maybe Pittsburgh to Baltimore will be upset. I really don't see Denver coming out in Buffalo. Like they got too much of a chip on their shoulder this year, and they've been really playing well. So if there's an upset in AFC, it's maybe Pittsburgh beats Baltimore and puts them one and done, and nobody's ready for that. And then maybe the
And then
Rams will
what you,
upset the Vikings.
so you don't consider the Chargers beating the Texans is that an upset?
No, hell
Hell
no. The
no!
Chargers have more wins. Hell no, that's not an
Hell
upset.
no!
The upset is if
Hell,
they let
that'll
the
be a
Houston Texans beat them. I will
thank
talk about
you,
the Chargers
thank
forever. You
you.
let the Jaguars come back on you in a playoff, and then you can't beat the Houston
Oh
Texans that
man.
can't get their shit together. Oh, I'm talking mad shit to Chargers fans.
Thank
Oh
you.
man, bro, that's hilarious, bro. I just want to get that one out, you know what I'm saying? Because they like to talk and think they big and bad and they not.
What
They
but
not.
what you looking at, RJ, man? Got any upsets this weekend? Who do you like
I'm
in
I'm
these
about there with
games?
Firestone. I'm with there with Firestone. I do like I think that Pittsburgh Baltimore that could go either way just because of that rivalry. And then Zay Jones is not playing, so they're definitely gonna need Zay Jones against the Steelers. Um, Let me see who's playing over there in the NFC. I know the AFC games. Who's over there playing in the
You
NFC?
got Green Bay and Philly, Washington and Tampa Bay, and Minnesota and Rams.
Uh, I
Yeah.
like Philly. I like Philly. I like who the Vikings play? I don't think anybody want to see
Vikings
none of
Vikings
play
them.
the
is playing
Rams.
Rams.
Ooh, ooh, I don't know who in that one, bro. That's gonna be a good one. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
Hmm.
gonna call
I probably
Rams
pick
on
the
that
Rams
game
though.
right
I think
there.
I'm gonna pick the Rams too, because I don't know if they have. I don't know. They ain't used to playing the Vikings all the time, like the Lions look. So Sam Darnold should look a little bit better against them. Man, oh, that's gonna be a good one, bro. That might
The
be the
Rams
best
got
game
a
of the
sneaky
playoffs right
good
there.
defense though,
They,
man, too.
right? The Rams sneaky good, and the Vikings are a good team. So, let me see who else. What was the other? What was the last NFC game?
The Washington Commanders, Tampa Bay. You just
That's
got three
another good
games.
one. I like
Yeah.
Washington, bro. I like Washington in that game, man.
Yeah.
Even though
I did
Tampa's
too.
a good team too, but man, I like Washington in that game, man. NFC
If
gonna be
Tampa
more
can
more
take that
interesting
run
to watch
away,
than
it's
the
gonna be a
AFC.
football game, most definitely.
And
Yeah,
and I'll say this too to remind you for like that Pittsburgh and Ravens game. Lamar is 1-3 versus the Steelers. He
that's what I'm
just
saying.
just what at the end of the season just finally beat the Steelers. Like he's coming off his first win against the Steelers finally. So do you build off of that and get your second win back to back, or did you finally get 1 out of 3 and that's what you're going to be against this team all the time is a 1-3 type of guy because you don't got a good record in the playoffs neither. He's what 2-4 in the
Yeah,
playoffs now, so you got as many playoff wins as
Yeah.
MVPs or 3-4 or something like that. But you got to do something better in some of these records that actually matter. That yeah, it doesn't matter on the stat sheet when you got an overwhelming record, but when it comes to playoffs and getting to the Super Bowl, those teams and breaking those records and those things is what gets you to the promised land.
so who y'all got between Ohio State and Texas?
Ohio State and Texas. Man, look, man. I'm gonna take
I
Ohio
already know who
State.
Firestone got.
I'm gonna I'm gonna take Ohio State just for the simple fact that Ohio State been steamrolling people. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about Ohio State right now, but ever since these rumors came out about Ryan Day getting fired and the fans are fed up with him, it's like Ohio State been playing pissed off football. Like they ain't been giving nobody a chance. And Texas, I mean, Texas is good, but Texas kind of a little bit shaky, especially with you right now. So, man, I'm gonna take Ohio State.
Man, I always battle with these situations because my rivalry. I'm a Sooner, so I hate Texas with every fiber of my body. But there's always this part of me because, like, all right, you're in the same conference. So if the conference is there, or AFC South is there, or whatever, I usually kind of there's a part of me like I want you to do good, so that way when we come and play y'all next year, because we're gonna play y'all, iron sharpens iron. I want to go against the best to be the best, and if we can beat y'all in the regular season, and y'all's want to did good in the postseason, and boom, we're good for the postseason. But I'm an Oklahoma boy. Fuck Texas. Let's go, Buckeyes. We fuck this shit. Hook 'em down. Fuck it. Let's go, Buckeyes.
Hey, that's where I'm at, man. When I went up to Ohio, bro, and watched that team, bro, they put fear in my eyes, bro. I ain't, I played plenty of Bama teams. I done played plenty of Georgia teams, bro. No, Ohio State, bro, this season, bro, they are on a whole different planet, bro. When they're on a whole different planet than everybody else in college football, man. With Texas, I feel sorry for y'all fans tomorrow, bro. Y'all finna see this shit. I ain't gonna lie, they a problem, bro. Hey, I pick an Ohio State, you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's hard picking Texas right now, man. Just looking at Ohio State and what they're
It is.
doing. Man, are y'all taking Ohio State to win it all though?
Man, Notre Dame look good, but man, I don't think they got enough to beat Ohio State. Their defense can only do so much.
Oh,
Man, what's the
Ohio
thing with
State ain't gonna
James?
let
Go
them
ahead.
come back like Penn State did and stuff. Ohio State's not gonna let it be a battle like that, bro.
Mhm.
And they're not
Man,
gonna get
That
bad
was a good
QB
game
play
last
out of
night,
Ohio
though.
State
yeah, it
neither.
was. Man, what's up with James Franklin though, man? He just can't never make it to the big one.
Nah, he just can't, man. It's crazy how many great teams he done had. It's because he keeps picking these freaking sorry quarterbacks, bro. Like, he done picked the same quarterback 15 years in a row. From Will Levis to Trey Sorley and freaking Drew Aller. Like, leave them quarterbacks alone, bro. They not gonna win you nothing. Like, leave them
and,
quarterbacks alone, man.
and motherfucker was talking about taking Drew Allen over Shador and Cam. I'm like, man, come on, man. Y'all is trying too hard, man. I mean,
They don't want
let's
them,
not do
bro.
that.
I don't know what people, and obviously, you know what I'm saying, everybody in here, we've watched enough of Shador and Cam to know that they're the best two quarterbacks in the draft. But it's like they're trying their hardest. They don't want these two to be the top two so bad. Like, and it's like, bro, like you're trying way too hard, bro. Like they're clearly the best two. Like, it is
And the
what it
problem is
is.
like Ewers would probably be up there with them if motherfucker would have stayed healthy his college career. He
Mhm.
probably would have been up there with their debate. But man, you cannot stay healthy. And especially for Titans fans, or at least for me, after seeing Jake Locker with bones made of glass, I don't like that coming out of college, bro.
Yeah, I think the Quinn Ewers ain't gonna be nothing but a bridge quarterback, man, in the league, man. He gonna be one of them quarterbacks that come out for 3 games, man, and yeah, that's about it. Good, be either a
Gardner
backup or a
Minshew.
bridge. Yeah, he gonna be a Gardner Minshew.
For
Yeah,
sure,
bro.
for sure. Y'all ready to wrap this thing up for the night? You got ready to call him Glass Locker.
Yeah, man. Yes.
And that's what he looked
We got
like too, man.
yeah, bro. It looked like he fall to the ground. You're like, that's what trailing reminds me of too. Just like, man, when you're injured again, falling to the ground. Like, damn, grandpa, like shit, how have you not learned how to fall yet in a football career? I don't get this.
You want to know what's
Man,
crazy?
Trailer
You want
Burst
to
is
know what's
sad.
crazy, Firestone?
Yeah.
Man, look, with Traylon Burks, and I usually don't even do this with players when they get injured, but Traylon Burks, I actually got mad the last time he got injured. When he fell to the ground. I think it was on the play action pass or whatever. He caught it, fell to the ground or whatever. And as soon as I seen he was injured, I was like, man, get him up out of here, man. Like, ain't no fucking way that he injured, man. Come on, man. Good God, get your ass. Man, I was cussing like he didn't catch the damn ball.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's I
Yeah.
swear everything's been downhill since AJ Brown got traded, bro. Since Tannehill threw that pick against the Bengals, everything has went terrible for the Tennessee Titans, bro. And it's just sad, bro. We need to get our team back, bro. I'm tired of arguing with my own fans, bro, about how to do it. See, like,
Oh,
like, bro, like at this point, bro, I feel like this is a presidential election on how we're gonna get back to the number one winning again. Because
Lion.
I've never
Oh,
argued with this many
Lion.
Titan fans. Like.
Oh, bro, you are not
I'm
lying.
ready to go
But
back to arguing with Texans, the Colts, and the Jags, bro. Like I'm ready to talk trash to the league, bro.
Jax. But before we get out of here, you do I know we briefly talked about Mike Keith, but y'all wanna dive in that a little more or anything? Especially I know RJ over here, Vols fan, he ain't about to miss him, not none.
Yeah,
I'm
RJ
sad, bro.
ganging up over there, man. Me and Firestone, we the ones that should be talking.
I'm hurting too, bro. You gotta understand, man. Mike Keith, he has a special place in my heart for me as a Titans fan, bro. I remember whenever I used to go to church in the morning with my mom, bro. You know what I'm saying? As soon as the church bell, we could run to the car so we could listen to Mike Keith, talk about the Titans, yeah, sack and touchdown Titans on the way back to the crib, bro. And now, say he gone, bro. We ain't it's gonna be weird with somebody new calling the Titans, bro. Listening to 104.5 in the mornings, bro. Mike Keith used to come on there and he used to tell about what's going on. Like, that's gone now. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna have that anymore, bro. So, hey, man,
Bro,
it's gonna be cool to see it on the orange side, but man, it's tough. It's tough.
Oh yeah, y'all get to barbecue and listen to Mike Keith on a Saturday, man. Meanwhile, me and Firestone, we just gonna have to suck this shit up and go through it, man. In which I don't even think they'll find Mike Keith a legitimate replacement.
Bro, no.
But if Coach Mack stays around, man, I know Coach Mack gonna hold things down. I really enjoy Coach Mack. I think Coach Mack and Mike Keith were like the perfect match in that announce book, man. But Mike Keith, I mean, that's definitely a blow. And they said Mike Keith is going straight to the Ring of Honor as he should go. And I got my thoughts about that as well when it comes to Amy. I think she's just doing this shit to try to play damage control. That's the only reason she put this shit up out there. Because, I mean, it should be understood that Mike Keith is going to the Ring of Honor. So why the fuck are you telling us?
Yeah, bro. It sucks because, especially now, because like I get it, but we're in a season where everything's fucking changing. We don't know what the fuck's going on. We used to be a smash mouth, tough type of team. We knew we were gonna run the ball. We don't know what our identity is. We don't know what the theme of the team is. We don't know what our offense is going to be. Our deep. We don't know none of those things. So we did know at least, hey, at least Mike Keith gonna be there for us. Call the game, sacks, touchdowns, all those get the excitement, the pure passion in his voice when he talked and called the games when exciting shit happened. To now, it's not even gonna be that. And now it also has that lingering question of what happens to the OTP? What happens to the official Titans podcast? What happens to Amy Wells? What happens to Coach Mack? Are now Keith gone? Is Amy Wells going to step up? Does Coach Mack leave? Does Amy Wells step down and go somewhere else into a different position? Does she is the one that takes over what happens now from moving on? Like, we at least thought we had some type of comfort, at least knowing this next NFL season. And this whole next season as a Tennessee Titans feels like completely and utterly new. Like, you done moved from hometown, all your family, everything left, all your belongings, and you're just in the empty house like Will Smith on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, just looking around like, everybody I was with ain't here no more, but I guess we gonna make the best of this. Like, bro, it is depressing as fuck as a Titans fan.
Man,
Yes,
it just look like everything going left for us, man.
Falling apart, bro.
We're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up for the day, man. These afternoon episodes, I ain't going to lie, they be lit, man. I most definitely do this again. I don't know if we're going to do this again. I mean, it just depends. I mean, me and the fellas most definitely chop it up or whatever, and we'll maybe surprise y'all here in the future sometime. But anyway, thank y'all for rocking with us today. Continue to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the third, and turn that notification bell on too, man, so you won't miss out. Make sure you go holler at Wilson down in Music City Autoplex. You can't go holler at them today, god dang it, hell. You need to stay safe. You need to get your ass on the computer, get on your phone, and go to musiccityAutoplex.com and check out their inventory. Buy with confidence, best prices in 500 miles. Give them a call at 844-543-0108. And also get those bets in. We just talked about the playoffs and our thoughts, man. So, hey, do your research, make your bet, make you some money. 10% gambler's insurance, 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. Bet US, where the games begin. Scan that QR code, lock those bets in. Like I said, y'all, man, appreciate each and every one of y'all joining us on this snowy and white afternoon. I know that sounded kind of crazy, man. I looked up at Firestone as soon as I said that, man. But hey, man, it's beautiful outside, man. So enjoy it while it's here, man. Just make sure y'all stay safe out there. Firestone, RJ, y'all got anything y'all want to say before we ride out?
No, I'm good, man. Don't go close out.
Titans, hurry up.
Show.
Titans, hurry up and fire Colt Anderson. I don't understand how that has not been announced yet. With all this shit, how the fuck has Colt Anderson not been announced as fired yet? So go ahead, drop it. We need that news. We need a win. With big or small, we need a win, and we'll take that one.
Man, look, man. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Grill a little bit. Enjoy this snow, man. And turn the fuck